Shalom. Before I begin this video, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, and also as well double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. They continue to rule very well to this very day, that is feeding the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And I'm also as well Shalom to the Hope elect that's continuing to spread this ministry and this gospel to the other members of the Hope elect and give your diligence to make your calling and election sure, and faith and truth, sincerity, and also in all charity. Now, the topic of this video is going to be entitled "A Great People and a Strong." Okay, and this is pursuant to the coming prophecy, which is slated for the destruction of this wicked kingdom in which is erected today, which is in the scriptures deemed as Babylon the Great, in which Babylon the Great is indeed America. All right, and concerning the prophecies of the destruction of Babylon the Great, the device that's being used to bring about this destruction and to bring about this calamity is going to be the ICBM, which ICBM is an acronym for Intercontinental Ballistic Missile, which travels, or the specific missile travels from one continent to another. Okay, and like the scriptures say, how this is a great people and a strong is because the Lord is allowing this technology to be advanced so much to the point to where there's absolutely nothing that can stop these devices. Okay, and the reason why is because, again, the Lord is using this as his device to destroy Babylon. Okay, he's using this as the instrument to bring about the destruction. Okay, and also as well, this man Esau, Edom, which really the ones who reside are the ones who are in charge of the military division, in which America is known as a city-state. If you look into the how America was put together, or the inner workings of America, really America is a city-state. Okay, and since it's a city-state, you have three city-states. All right, and America is one of them, and America is the city-state for the military. Okay, basically housing the military might of this man. Okay, and what they tried to do, or what they're trying to do, is to build up their defenses in order to combat these missiles, these ICBMs. And in the past, they tried to do certain tests to defend, or they try to do a certain defense tests or defense drills against these ICBMs, but they're failing. Okay, I believe it's documented that they had to slow down a test missile, simulating an ICBM that's being shot over here to the soils of America, and they had to slow it down because they were missing when it came to intercepting these missiles. Now, imagine the technology that these other nations have today. Okay, though the missiles that they have today, they're not going to slow down. All right, they advanced it so much to where it now is reaching them to be hypersonic. All right, breaking the sound barrier. Okay, and so that lets you know that the Lord is indeed using this as the instrument for the destruction, and that's why the scriptures say that this is a great people and a strong. All right, actually, this is pursuant to the book of Joel, the second chapter. Let me go ahead and get it. Okay, let me start from the first verse. Joel chapter 2, and this is at verse 1. It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'al Shemel Shai, cometh, for it is nigh at hand. All right? And, this is a time where, if you hear this word, and if you see the danger coming, then these people should be trembling right now. All right? And actually, these people, they know deep down that, America is going down the toilet bowl. Okay? They know that this land is circling the drain. Okay? And that's why the fears of the people are being increased. Because they know that this is the end. All right? That's why you see some of these people that are strung out on drugs, and really it's ramped up over the past few years, right? Concerning, certain people being on drugs, more people are on medications to help them be at ease, because they know that their time is up. All right? And the alarm is being sounded, and these people today, they're shirking it off as something that's just made a fiction. But this isn't fiction, okay? There's tokens and evidence that this is going to happen. All right? War is still on the table. Okay? That's why if you read further in the scriptures, they speak about the valley of Jehoshaphat, in which Jehoshaphat is the Hebrew word for Jehoshaphat is Yahweh Shaphat, which means Yahweh's judgment. Because that's the valley of Jehoshaphat is going to be where the Lord is going to sit to judge all the nations round about. And that's why there's so much conflict going on right now concerning Israel, or the state of Israel, and the opposition, the opposing other nations, or the opposing nations. Okay? Because that, in that region is where the Lord is going to sit judgment. Okay? That's the place that the Lord's gathering all these different nations to gather for war. Okay? So no matter how many ceasefires they do, or ceasefires they try to put into order or practice, it's not going to end. All right? If you look at how many ceasefires they've done so far, you can clearly see that, it's pointless to even do that. Okay? And there's going to be a point in time to where, other nations are going to have to step in. Okay? And we're getting very close to that time. But I'll read on. It says verse 2. So like it says in verse 1, it says the day of the Lord cometh and it is nigh at hand. So it's near. All right? And you can see it, if you have the eyesight. All right? Verse 2, it says a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong. There hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. So this great people and the strong is not talking about a literal people. All right? This is talking about the ICBMs, all right, the missiles. All right? And again, like I said at the beginning, they're known as a great people and the strong, is because the technology is being advanced so much to where, these things are unstoppable. Okay? And again, the Lord is allowing this man to perfect this technology in order to do that. Okay? But also as well, it says here that there have not been ever the like. So there's never been any sort of device like this or instrument like this that's been used to bring down the kingdom. And actually, let me grab a quick precept. This is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. It says, for every battle the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood. So in the past, especially during this time when it was being written, in the time of Isaiah, Jeremiah, and the other major prophets, the battles were fought by warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. So, it was basically bloody battles that were taking place. But this, right? But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Okay? So this war that's going to be fought is going to be with burning and fuel of fire. Okay? And, like the brother R1 always going to, what's fuel doing there in the Bible? Well, what's the word fuel doing in the Bible? Okay? And really, if you, like it says here, this war is going to be fought with, burning and fuel of fire, man. All right, so verse, I believe that's it on that. I was going to go to the next verse. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so that verse, I'm back at Joel chapter 2 and verse 3, okay? And like it says in the previous verse, it says, this is a great people and the strong, and this shall never be the like, and neither shall it be even to the years of many generations. Okay, so before this, you never had this device being used, and after this, you're not going to use it. It's not going to be used. Okay? There's a scripture that says these other nations are not going to learn war anymore. Okay? And they're going to beat their swords and the plowshares and their spears and the pruning hooks. Okay? You can see right now, they're doing the opposite. Okay? They're taking their pruning hooks and they're turning them into spears and turning their plowshares into swords. In other words, they're removing their resources from agriculture and other necessities and just dumping them into war, into the military. Okay? Because we're still in the midst of an arms race. All right, contrary to what the people believe, man. It's as if that, this thing has been swept under the rug because of this C-19. All right, the Crown 19. Verse 3, it says, a fire devour before them, and behind them a flame burneth. Okay, and the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. See that? So, this great people, it says here that a fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth. So, what is able to do that? Again, it's the missiles. Okay? And it says the land is the Garden of Eden before them. So, right, this land that you see today, this is paradise to these people. Okay? America is deemed as paradise for the inhabitants that are living here, man. Okay? Now, except for us, because we know and we understand that this place is not for our benefit, and this place is set up to continually oppress the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the nation of Israel. All right? And everything about this place is unholy. Okay? So again, this land is as the Garden of Eden before them, right? This paradise, so-called paradise, and behind them a desolate wilderness. So once they finish their work that the Lord has sent forth for them to do, guess what? It's going to be this place is going to be reduced to a wilderness, a desolate wilderness. All right, and desolate meaning that this place is not going to be inhabited by anybody. Okay. It says, and yea, and nothing shall escape them. So it's going to be absolutely nothing that's going to escape the reach of these devices, these instruments, these missiles. Okay. Now, verse 4 says the appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and you could look going to horses or a horse. A horse represents power. Okay. And as horsemen, so shall they run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of mountains shall they leap, like the noise of a flame of fire that devoured the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Okay? Before their face, the people shall be much pain. All faces shall gather blackness. Right? That's these people being destroyed by these missiles. All right? And they're going to be set in battle array. All right? The Lord is going to have it to where these missiles are going to be cleverly set to where they're going to hit every single intended mark that the Lord wants it to hit. Okay? Verse 7 says, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march everyone in his ways, and they shall not break their ranks. All right? And that's a fact. Okay? The Lord's going to make it to where, you know, these missiles, they're once they're shot off, you know, they're let's lock it. Yeah, once these missiles are shot off from one part of the earth to the other, then they're going to hit their intended mark, and they're not going to break any of their ranks. They're not going to hit each other. They're not going to detonate sporadically or spontaneously. Once they're shot, they're going to do exactly what the Lord wants them to do. Okay? Because the Lord is even going to put his spirit in the missiles. Okay? So, there was another precept I want to grab. Slakia. Let me get my bearings. In transit at the moment. But yeah, again, you know, this is you know, there's something that is put into the air or the atmosphere consistently because we're in that time. All right, and you know, this is something that can't be ignored. You know, especially especially bringing out this specific prophecy, which is indicative to the major prophets, because if you read in the scripture, it says that the prophets that were before us prophesied of war, evil, and pestilence. And, you know, the natural reaction of the people that see the prophets when they come out is that, you know, they look at it as a fairy tale, like it's not going to happen. But sure enough, it happens. All right. And you would think that after looking at the history and the past events when the prophets did come out and these things happen, now that they're seeing the same thing happen again, you know, that will basically make a light bulb go out and say, hey, you know, something's going on. You know, at least give them a thought like, hey, something's going on. I need to check into this. I'm talking about, you know, our people. Okay. But just like the routine or just how history is repeating itself. And according to, pursuant to Ecclesiastes, there's no new thing under the sun. Okay. So this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 11. I'm going to end it off on this. It says, make bright the arrows, gather the shields. Right. And you look up the word arrow and you do a regular lookup of the definition of the word arrow. The definition of the word arrow literally means missile. Okay. So make bright the arrows, in other words, the missiles, gather the shields. The Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, and the Medes represents the Russians, right? In which, you know, that's a separate topic for a separate video, because, you know, right now, man, it's common knowledge. These words that's being prophesied is common knowledge, man, at this point, because it's been told so long to the point to where, you know, if you mention this to someone, it's like, oh, so you're with the Israelites, you know? But, you know, the Medes represents the Russians, right? Because they reside in that region of Media. in the northern region of the so-called Middle East, or what the scholars call the Fertile Crescent, the northern part, or if you go north, that'd be the land of the Medes, and the ones that are there today are the Russians. Okay, and if you see today, the Russians, they're spearheading this arms race, and concerning the military, they're the ones that spearheading that. Okay, they're the ones that that flex their muscles, military muscles, like they always say in the world, because they're showing off that, hey, we got it. All right, we're look, if you start anything, this is what's coming. Okay, basically in a roundabout way, they're sending out threats. Okay, for his device, reading on, for his devices against Babylon to destroy it. And what's that device? That device is that arrow, that bright arrow. All right, that great people and the strong. Okay, the missiles. Okay, for his devices against Babylon, which is America, to destroy it, because it is the vengeance, and this is the reason why. This is the reason why the Lord is bringing this, because it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and also as well to add on, the vengeance of his temple. So not only is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, it's also the vengeance of his temple, which is who? The elect. Because this is also something that we're waiting on. We want this to happen, as well as the Lord wants this to happen. Okay, and it will happen. Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter. It said, "Then shall they know that a prophet had been among them." Okay, and it will come to pass. Okay, like it says in that same precept in Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter. I believe it's the 30th verse or the 33rd verse. But that's it. This is it on this lesson in this video. And Lord's will is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Till next time, once again, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone everywhere to this day. And Shalom, peace and safety, salutations to the whole elect that's continuing to labor in this work. And I also do labor to show forth your diligence to make your calling and election sure, in faith, in truth and sincerity, and also in all charity. And with that, goes to Shalom.